reflection of culture and religion, and people praying, people putting hands on one another's shoulders, saying it's going to be okay, and that's what we saw. That's what we see.
You talked about the debris, the ash, the siding that was coming down. Tell us more about that. I mean, what did the debris look like? Was it just completely charred? Could you make out what it was?
I don't know that I could. It looked like any kind of just building material, not heavy material.
Josh, I'm really sorry to interrupt you. Can you stay with us?
Problem.
I need to. I'm going to switch over real quick to talk to. We want to come back to you, Josh. So definitely stay with us. But I want to talk now to Jacqueline Hurtado. She's a CNN Espanol correspondent. She was actually in the terrace, on the terrace of the Address Hotel when the fire broke out, when it was evacuated. She's on the phone now with us from Dubai. Set the scene for us. Tell us, as we're looking now at these pictures of the flames now going, it looks now it's almost starting to go around the entire hotel.
Hi, Rihanna. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Jacqueline, I can. Can you tell us what you've seen?
Yeah, well, we were there waiting for the fireworks spectacular that was going to take place at Burj Khalifa. We had made reservations at one of the restaurants in the terrace area. We had heard an explosion, but people around us didn't really quite know what was going on. We thought maybe people were already preparing for the fireworks spectacular. And then suddenly you saw people screaming and running, and some people in the terrace in the area where we had made reservations were kind of looking around because we weren't facing the hotel address to know that it was catching fire. A lot of us had to turn our back or actually face it to see what was going on. When we saw that, they started evacuating people who were around the terrace because they started seeing some of the debris beginning to fall. The authorities got there in a matter of minutes. They started letting a lot of the people who were out of the terrace, asking them to please evacuate. I know that there was a language barrier because there was a lot of tourists, and they were speaking in a language that a lot of people didn't know, Arab. So a lot of people were just kind of wondering, confused, because they really didn't know what was going on. It took about a couple minutes, maybe about 15 to 20 minutes to actually get everybody to start listening and evacuating from the terrace. Everybody was cooperating, but a lot of people were confused because, it was just 2 hours before the New Year's fireworks that everybody was waiting for. So right now, authorities have evacuated everybody that was in that area. They've also evacuated most of the Dubai Mall, the biggest mall in the world. They're making us walk right now through the parking structure out to the street, and they're asking everybody to evacuate. I had a chance to ask one of the officials here. He's with the Dubai police to see if there was still going to be any fireworks shows. He said right now they haven't said anything. People are just waiting. There's a lot of tourists here, a lot of residents, a lot of families. A lot of these families were scared. Many of these children were crying just because they started seeing a lot of people running inside the Dubai Mall because we really didn't know what was going on. We knew that the fire or the building had caught on fire, but we didn't know much about what else was going on. So now we're just being evacuated from the Dubai Mall, heading out towards the street, and that's all we really know at this time.
So are you inside now? And just set the scene for people who are not familiar with this hotel. Is the Dubai Mall attached to the hotel? Is this part of the hotel?
No, it's like a promenade area. So the Dubai Mall is separate, but where the Dubai Mall, there's a lot of restaurants attached outside the patio. So the building that caught on fire, the address, is one of the many buildings surrounding downtown. So this building, I would say, is directly across from the Burj Khalifa. It's right across from the water fountain, where they have like a big water fountain spectacular, and many of the restaurants and other buildings are surrounding it. So the Dubai Mall is not connected to the address hotel.
Okay, Jacqueline, you talked about hearing an explosion. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, you heard like a loud pop, but people really didn't know what was going on because where I was sitting, you couldn't really see the building. You kind of had to like step out a little and then turn back to see, and then you would see the whole building on fire. So you heard something, but a lot of people didn't know. I personally thought maybe they started the fireworks show early or they were being tested or something. So we really didn't know until somebody started screaming, and they didn't scream fire because they screamed something else. So everybody just kind of turned around, and we were a little bit confused. People around us were all Americans, so we were, asking, do you know what they're saying? You know what's going on? Until we actually turned around and saw that the building had caught on fire, and then you could see that the building was being consumed in a matter of seconds. That fire was big. The fire was just going so fast. And I think that's why authorities started evacuating people off the terrace, off this area, because pieces started to fall down. And right below the hotel, there's a restaurant there.
Okay, so you were on the terrace. What floor is the terrace?
The terrace, I believe it's the ground floor, the last floor of the whole mall.
Okay, so it's
the ground floor, and underneath is the garage.
Okay, so it's the ground floor, and we actually talked to another woman who was also in the terrace area. So when you heard this explosion, this popping sound, was that the first sign that there was anything the matter, or did that just draw your attention to what was already flames that you were seeing there?
I think maybe the flames had already started the fire. It just moved so quick in a matter of seconds. It just started burning real quick.